Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is by SPIEL.digital and this is Lofoten. Now this is a Pearl Games. I believe they've now been dissolved and this was a game that was picked up by somebody second hand, potentially one of their last games as it came out in 2022. It's very recent. This is a game for 2 players and this is the design of Trois. It takes about 40 minutes to play. I've just played it. What's going to happen is this is as the Norwegian times, the Viking times, where we're trying to get the most points by filling up various ships. So these are the very daily market areas you can go to. This is actually the end of game state, but I am just showing up some of the setups as well. So you set up with someone being first player, someone's going second. You'll take 2 coins for going first, 3 coins for going second. In this 4K videos, please head through if you're watching this as a short to watch the full video over on YouTube. Also make sure you hit the comments over in YouTube for letting me know your thoughts. The description is best as well in YouTube, where you can also find links through to Facebook to join the discussion. Instagram, over 3,000 posts and 3,000 followers, or 3,500 at the time of recording. Also, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So everyone's going to have a starting player aid as well. And what you're looking to do is, like I said, try and get points by loading up those ships. So you're going to have a starting hand of 3 cards. Now these 3 cards are, if you see my video on Bonanza, you cannot ever change the order of. So what can you do on your turn? You can either rotate your ship 2 positions. Which direction? Well, it is listed here, so it's going to go anti-clockwise, or for Americans out there, it's counterclockwise. Or you can play out one of these cards to go clockwise, so it's going to rotate that direction. Or you can play a middle card, and that has a bonus, which I'll talk to you about, and it can slot in. So let's for now slot in your card. Why slot in a card? Well, we're now going to draw up a card at the end of our turn, and it's either going to go at the front or back, depending on what you want to do. Right now, let's play it over on the left-hand side. So when I slotted it in, all these things, by the way, should have been reset. I'll show you why, because you can upgrade parts of your ship. So what can you do now? You can buy various tiles. So as you can see over here, there are various tiles that you can acquire, such as sheep. There's also mead, there is some fish, and there's some other items like treasure. So maybe I can chuck out a different one for you. There's a treasure, and there's some mead. Let's just chuck out some mead as well. So how is it going to work? Well, that is my turn, aside from the fact that I've triggered this middle ability, because the middle card gives you middle ability. So left card does left stuff, right card does the right stuff, the middle card slots the card in, and you activate the middle one. So what does that do? Well, in this case, you'll discard a card from the market board, and you replace it with someone from over here. So there's a few tiles left. Deliberately I've left some only a few left, because as soon as all of those disappear, that triggers the final round, and if you are the first player, then the other player takes one more turn as well. So which one do I want to discard? Well, I don't know, but let's say they've already got a sheep. Then maybe I want to just lose a sheep. Okay, so that goes out the game. I can then look at the next tile. Should there be more than one, I can look at the values to see the order, bring them out. And I bring out this. If they've taken their turn, imagine it's now my turn again. Now I can either rotate it 1, or of course rotate it one in the other direction, or I can't play this card because there's a card now in there. So for now, let me just do another rotation. Again, it's going to go in this direction. Draw up another card. Imagine they've taken their turn and it's back to my turn. This time, let's stick a card over on the right-hand side. So imagine it's my turn again. Again, I'm going to rotate it in 2 positions. As you can see from the direction, it is on the left-hand side. So it's rotating 2 positions, even though that's kind of another direction. So maybe we do this, or maybe we rotate it 1 in this direction, which we don't want to do because there's nothing here. So let's rotate it twice, okay? So either way, it's 180. And we can spend a coin into the bank to move it 1 position left or right. Let's move it left in this direction of camera angle, because you can load it up. So imagine now that's gone out of the game and I've drawn another card. So let's say I've drawn up, I don't know, this card. I don't know which way we put it. Let's put it here. Imagine it's my turn again. When it gets back to me, I can rotate it 3 positions. Now remember, it has to go in the direction it goes. 3 positions, as you saw, it did hit, obviously facing me. If it faces me, you take off that good, and then you rotate to the final position, and you also lose the card. And now this can go out into the market. Now, if this is the beginning of the game, it's all empty, so all these would have gone, and I can start thinking where to place it. So if I'm the first person to place out one of these things, I might want to go for here, because if I win the majority at the end, I gain 6 points. However, anytime I like on my turn, I can flip this over. It's worth nothing from the rest of the game, but I can upgrade one of my ship pieces. This one, for example, lets me be a wild. So even if I've chucked in, let's say, a mead card, any good can go on that. So I might want to do this. Let's show you about the rest. Well, this one lets you store 4 goods. So this It lets you store not 4 tiles, but a total value up to 4. These tiles, there are 2s, there are 3s, and there are 1s. The most common value is a 2. I think it's a 2-4-2 split. Lastly, we got over here, so we have that's worth 3, so 3 victory points is what that's worth. So it might be a worth tiebreaker. And lastly over here, this is a 4 times multiplier. So what's going to happen here is whatever you slot in here, it triggers 4 times. Now I lost the game because, amongst other things, this person went heavy on just destroying through these things when they took an early lead, or a lead which initially I started off with and then they reacted to. So it's all about engine building. Do you want to start upgrading your tiles? Do you want to start getting some points? Do you want to start reacting to those points? And of course, do you want to be bringing goods off or waiting until you have other cards to put in there to get the right position? My rating, I think the average rating on this on BGG is currently 6.8, and that's quite similar to what it is. I think that the owner Razor is improving on his initial score, higher than initially the first play. Nice components, there's a modular play as well, so you can change out what you've got here. It's not fiddly, but it is thinky. You definitely have to plan ahead. You have to think, all right, well, I really want to move this around. I like the way you've got interesting abilities with your cards, and it's sometimes frustrating when you go, oh, well, I can't play that, and you can't get a full effect. That's just the way it is. I like the fact that some of these things actually have different ability characters on them. So, for example, your player aid is unique to your one, even though it's identical. Just being aware of the fact that left and right, so that's all you can use. And again, the middle card you might want to have, but right now your middle card might be at the end because you've just drawn it. So then you have to play out your turn, get your next card, and the next card you're going to have to make sure you stick it here, stick out fish, because who knows, fish might be very prevalent. So speaking about these coins, I mentioned it briefly, you can spend 1 coin to move the direction if you play out a side card, so left or right card, not the middle one. Or you can spend 2 coins to discard your hand and draw 3 new cards. I never did that. Or spend 3 coins to play an additional turn, which I never did as well. Now, something else the other player did is they happened to get loads of coins. You always take coins from the reserve, but if you run out from the reserve, you steal them from somebody else, which also happened to me, which did, quite frankly, decimate my actions. So thanks very much for watching. For now, back to the table.